When a Doom Bull leads a Beastmen army, there is little thought behind their actions. Rather than plotting or scheming or planning to take control in any way, the Minotaur simply unleashes an earth-shattering howl. This cry unleashes the deep-seated desire to destroy found within all Beastmen, inspiring them to charge forth and tear down the world of men. Unfortunately, the simple-minded nature of the Doom Bulls makes guiding such a force almost impossible for the brave shamans that accompany such armies. While most shamans simply try their best with what they are given, particularly ambitious individuals will take a more active approach to manipulating the Doom Bull. The most proactive way to do this is by possessing the creature, though this doesn't always end well for the shaman in question. An excellent example of this is the story of the Doom Bull known as Kha'Rak Stoneheart. Kha'Rak Stoneheart was a Doom Bull of minor renown before his fateful encounter with an unnamed Bray shaman. His blood greed had already attracted an army of beastmen, ready to murder and pillage their way across the civilized lands in an orgy of violence. Their mindless rampage must have been at odds with the Bray shaman's goals, however, as he quickly set about trying to control Kha'Rak. Using foul magics, the shaman attempted to possess the Minotaur and use his body as a puppet. The possession was a success of a sort. The shaman's spirit did indeed inhabit the Minotaur. Unfortunately for the shaman, Kha'Rak instantly discovered the spirit bond. Enraged by this betrayal, Stoneheart smashed the shaman's body to a bloody pulp before the creature could escape. Without a proper home for its soul to return to, the shaman's spirit stayed within Kha'Rak's body, rather than accept oblivion. Now the Doom Bull and Bray shaman fight for control over their shared form, with neither able to fully gain the upper hand. They manage to cooperate when fighting, however, and soldiers who bring Kha'Rak to battle must face a Doom Bull that is also capable of unleashing all manners of horrific spells upon them. While nowhere near as infamous as the legendary Taurox the Brass Bull, Kha'Rak Stoneheart would have been an interesting legendary lord in the Total War Warhammer series. Having a combat character who's also a decent caster from turn 1 would be fun, especially on the Beastmen roster. It'd kind of be like playing Village the Curseling, but with more horns and fewer weird twin dynamics. Unfortunately, Kha'Rak never had tabletop rules written explicitly for him, making him a low priority choice for the CA designers. Stoneheart has made his way into the game, however. He's Malagor the Dark Omen's starting Gore Bull, and possesses a unique trait, 2-in-1, to represent his situation. This gives Kha'Rak's army plus 5 winds of magic power reserve capacity, and lets him cast the Vermintide spell. It's not a bound spell, so you still have to pay the winds of magic cost on it, but it's still a fun little bonus to represent Kha'Rak's backstory. If you want to bring Kha'Rak Stoneheart on tabletop using the old rules for 8th edition or 7th edition, you should consider bringing a Doom Bull wearing a wizarding hat. This prohibitively expensive magic item makes the character wearing it a level 2 wizard of a random school of magic, albeit with a stupidity rule. If the hat gives your Doom Bull the lore of beasts, death, or shadows, then it's an accurate representation of what would happen if a Bray shaman did indeed fuse with a Doom Bull. While I never got into tabletop before the end times shut down Warhammer Fantasy, even I know this build is absolutely terrible. The hat is half the cost of the baseline Doom Bull, and just makes him mediocre at both combat and spellcasting. But the humor that can come from this is well worth it in a friendly match. If anyone has a story about facing a Kha'Rak Stoneheart on tabletop, I would love to hear it. That concludes the first episode of the newest series on the channel, this time covering the non-legendary characters in the Warhammer setting that have still made their way into the Total War Warhammer series. Or they haven't made their way in, but I think they should. Or I like their stories. Or, anything. Really, any Warhammer character that hasn't become a legendary character is fair game for this. There's so many out there and so few resources covering these characters, at least on YouTube, that I wager it's worth talking about them in detail. Some of these videos will be a bit longer than Kha'Rak's, as he was basically a paragraph in the Beastmen Army book, and others will be a lot longer. A few of these characters do have entire books dedicated to them after all, and even paraphrasing and cutting down can only do so much. I hope you enjoy these stories, as I intend to make them a semi-regular feature on the channel. If that sounds intriguing to you, leave a like and sound off in the comments down below. You could also subscribe to the channel to make sure you're alerted whenever another video comes out. That's all I have for today though, so enjoy the short video. Until next time, this has been Sigmar's Chosen, signing off for now.